Okay, so today we will see the three different things that are required to understand. What are the three things we will see? We will see the join operation. We will also see some idea about the view. Okay. Next, we will see the subquery. Subquery, or we can say this also known as the nested query. Query. So step by step, we will see the all the things properly. So let me start the first part, join operation. But before starting the join operation, we must use our data set to work inside the database. So let us use first the database. First, we have to use the data set database. So what is the name of the database? Our we belong to the B1 slot. Definitely, we will use the B11 slot data. Now, after executing this point, now you will be able to see now we have entered inside the B11 slot database. From this step, you will be able to see the important point. It is clearly mentioned over here in the left panel side. In the B1 slot, we have the four important points. One is table. So in the table, we have the car table. We have the car one, hotel, host, reason, and user. If we're talking about the view, and view is another point inside the database we will see. So what is the view and how it is different from the table? So I will tell you in detail. Next, we have the store procedure. So store procedure will be uh, used to create the program in detailed manner in the database. In the database, if we need to write the procedural code, so we need to write as a procedure that return something to the R information for getting the important data. So by the query we are writing, so we are just writing the query, we are getting details, but internally we don't know how it is internally manipulated. So with help of the procedural language, that is PLSQL concept, we will implement our PLSQL concept inside the MySQL by using the stored procedure. And next we have the function. So unlike the stored procedure, we can also create the function that returns something to our information. So this is just like equal to the programming. So in the programming, we have some function and some procedure that return something to get the proper or relevant information. So that's why we have to use this point. After using this data, first let us understand the join. So now it's time to use the join operation. Join operation. So as we know how many join operations we have, if you know, we have the two types of the join operation. One is inner join operation, inner, and other one is the outer join operation. So these are the two different join operations we have seen in the theory portion. When talking about the inner and outer join operation, so in the inner join operation, as we know, how many in the inner join operation, inner join, we have the two types of the join operations. One is known as if you remember the theta join. If you remember the second one, that is known as equijoin. And that's when, if you remember the third one, that is a natural join. So these are the three different join example part of the inner join. So the question we have, how to apply the inner join in the on the two different relations. So before applying the join operation, first let us create the two different tables which are required to make the relationship or join operation between the two different tables. So first let us let us create two tables. Okay. So now first I am just trying to create the first table, that is known as the first table. Okay, first table I am giving the name here the my order. Okay, so whatever I have in my mind, so I am using this concept right now only for my create table. Table name I am choosing the my order as per the my instructions. And now what is the its attributes? So create table, table name. So how to create the table? Create table, table name, and we have to write the OID. OID means order ID, and I'm taking order ID as an integer, so 3 digits I can take. Next, I'm taking the customer ID. I'm just taking the 3, so 4 digit you can take. And last, I'm taking the O date, that's order date, so it should be 8. Now, after executing this code, now you will be able to see that table is created here without any doubt. Unlike the my order, let me create the another table to join the to perform the join operation. So as we know, if we're trying to make a join operation between the two tables, at least one attribute or column should be same. So creating another table that is known as our second. You can write over here second or second table, and I'm giving the name of this table my customer. So create table name. So what is table name? My customer, and I need to pass the some its attributes. So those are the customer ID. These are you can take any size, doesn't mean so I'm taking the same size as we have given into the my order table. And now you have been noted out over here the my order and my customer will not like to use any kind of the key. But a key column should be common. It doesn't mean we are using the key attribute or not. If we are using key attributes or duplicacy, we can avoid. But we try to understand the what is mean by the join operation. So how we can understand join operation? So we are using only the join operation. We are not focusing on the key attribute concept. If you want to make your customer ID or order ID as a primary key, then you can create. So it's your choice. So customer ID I'm choosing here. I'm choosing the customer name. So CNAME I'm taking only customer name, and it should be Barricade undoubtedly, and 30. That's the session size. Next we have the another uh, contact. Contact would be integer, just 10-digit mobile number, so I can pass the size and country. Of course, the country is a wait, so it can hold the okay. So after creating this table, now these two tables are created successfully without any doubt. So you can use show table show tables command show tables. So now you will be able to see here some tables my customer and my order is created. Now it is created all right now. It is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
My order and my
Yes, sir.
customer tables are created. Good. So it's time to apply the inner join on these two tables. But after applying the inner join, so let me know what are the data I can have over here. So that is the point. So what are the data I can. So it is time to insert insert some data into into these tables. Now, so what is syntax? Insert into. Okay, so while doing the practice, definitely we will able to understand what is syntax. So insert into table name and value, and what are the attributes? Order ID of the my order. So I'm taking order ID as a 45. Random data I'm taking. Customer ID I'm just choosing the 834, and order date I'm just taking the order date 0101. Today's date I can take, okay, and so month will come first and then date. So this is the data I have taken. Next, after applying the comma or inserting the comma, I can also take the multiple information over here, and I can also take all the multiple information. Just let me update some information. So the 45 here I'm taking the 34 here I'm just taking the something just 02. I can take the year like this one. Here I can take here I can After removing the last comma, let me execute the syntax, and after executing this syntax, now you will able to see 6 rows are select star from my order. So now you will able to see 6 data are entered over here. After doing this activity, now it's time to see the important point over here. To apply the relation, again, I have the question. Before applying the question, so please first insert some data. So I can use my syntax once again over here, insert into my customer. So customer should also have customer data of my customer table must have data. So my customer, and what is sequence customer ID. Customer ID, you can take some customer ID same as given to the my order. So customer ID, I'm picking just a random data 1 to 4 only, and customer name I'm picking the just random data I'm taking, and contact number just random T, and country I can take like this one. Next random data I'm picking over here, okay, and next contact number I'm taking like this one. Next, I'm taking the one more command customer ID which is residing in the my order table. So 574 I can take without any doubt. And this one just random, putting the name over here. Okay, is UAE something. Whatever you want to use, you can take. Let me add one more data. Uh, Two data we have taken as a common. So next data I'm taking here as a common 834. So 834, and just whatever you want to use, you can use just. And next country I'm taking the. So after this syntax, let me execute this code and let me show you my proof over here. What are the data? What I have inserted or not? So let's start from the my customer. My customer. Now you will able to see that we have the 4 data in the my customer and 6 data in the my order. Now, if I'm trying to apply the inner join, so let us apply inner join. So on the left side, which table you want to keep, it's a choice. On the right side, which table you want to keep, it's a choice. But what is syntax? So I'm writing here select all the columns from table 1. So table 1 I'm picking as a my order, and that comes inside the left side. Okay. Select all the columns from the my table, my order, and inner join which table? My customer. That will come on the right side on the condition. On what condition? Custom ID from the my customer or my order custom ID is equal to my customer dot custom ID is same. So what it's saying to us, this equation, this query is saying to us the customer ID which belong to the same as given the my customer, then only those record will be displayed. So we are selecting all the records, so definitely all the attributes. So all the attributes which belong to the my order and my customer will be displayed simultaneously. Okay, so that is the point. This query is clear to all right now. Tell me, this query is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so the point you have to keep in mind properly. So what are the common elements we have seen? You can note down over here. 1 2 3. Yeah, 1 to 4 is available. Yes, 1 to 4 is available. 847 is available. 847 is not available in the my order. And 574 is available in the my order. Yes, it is available. And 834 is available. Yes, 834 is also available. So three data or three records of we can say three customer ID are same. So let me execute this syntax right now and see what the result we are getting. Yes, we are getting the three record over here as same. So this information order ID, customer ID, order date we are able to see over here from the my order. The customer ID, customer name, customer contact number, and country are these are the three information which belong to the my customer. Okay, so we are getting the data from these two tables. So we are joining the data. So this is simple example to understand about the join operation. Now it is clear all right now. It is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So if we need to understand the point, if you remember the my point, so this is what actually this is a simple example of the equivalent. So instead of the equivalent, if I try to check, if I try to check something, then we can. So instead of the equivalent equal, if I'm applying the any condition over here, then I can apply, and that will be considered as a theta join. So in the theta join, we have to write the condition except to the equation. So equivalent basically is more popular in the inner join while solving the problem. So that's why most of the people will love to work with the equivalent. So that's why we are trying to implement over equation. Instead of the equation, you can also implement here the theta join just by changing the equal symbol to the any other relation operator you can use or comparison operator. You can say. So without wasting much time, I'm just giving the idea how to apply the inner join. So this is a syntax you have to keep in mind. So on the left side, we have the my order. So all the data which belong to the my order table will come first. That is order ID, customer ID, and order date. On the right side, what is the table we have? Customer, my customer. So all the data, all the attributes which belong to my customer will come after the my order. So no need to discuss more over here because the fundamental thing we know. Now, if talking about the outer joint, so outer joint, as we know, in the outer joint we have seen three different kinds of outer joint. Left outer joint. Next, we're talking about the right outer joint. Yes, of course, we have also seen the right outer joint. Right outer joint. And we're talking about the next one. You want to remember the full outer joint. From this perspective, what are the various kind of the outer joins we can apply? So let us implement all the things. So let us first implement the left outer join. Left outer join. The syntax is very simple, but how we can implement? So we will try to implement the thing properly. Left outer join is easy to implement over here. So what is syntax? Syntax will be equal as we have used in the inner join. But the point you have to keep in mind before writing in the left outer join, all the records will be displayed. All the records from left table will be displayed displayed first displayed first and then display right table data. If unmatched data, so we can say unmatched data is available, then will be represented by null. Okay, so this is theory portion we have already discussed many times. So null will be applicable over here. So on the my order we have the left and my customer is the right. Instead of the right, instead of the inner join, just let me write only the left keyword. So what I'm applying the left outer join. Same syntax I'm putting over here. So now all the information which are residing in the my order, my column, my customer will come. It means the common attribute will show first, common record or common tuples will show first, and the data that will go to left side will display enter data, and the data unmatched data will be represented by the null. So let me execute the syntax and solve me the my yes. So three information which are common. So it is showing over here. And so rest of the three data which belong to the my order will display over here. Okay, so they are getting over here properly. And you can see over here these three information are unmatched at the my customer table. So that to be filled by the or that is to be paired by the null. So padding will be the yes that is to be completely done by the null keyword. So it is to be filled by the null keyword. It is visible to all right now. It is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
And this is just known as the left outer join. So all the data which will be left side will come, and then the data which is matching at the right side will display first, and unmatched data will be filled by the or padded by the no. That is the so unlike the left outer join, we can also use the right outer join. So what the keyword we have to use? We have to replace the left keyword by the right. So you can also use the right outer join. If I'm using the route outer join, so it's a simple thing, nothing we have to change over here. So you can use the left, right, instead of the left. So what it's saying to us, the table which is coming on the right side will, so first common data will display, okay, right over here for your betterment. Common data will display first, and then write data or records will come, and and unmatch data from right right unmatched data from the right on left will be in null. Okay, I have written it concise way, so that is the point you have to keep in mind. So on the left side we have the my order and the my customer VM. Let me execute this command and show me the my proof. If I'm using this one, so these three information are displaying properly. So on the right side, we have only the four records. The point we have to keep in mind. On the right side, we have the four records, while on the left side table, what we have the six records. That's the reason we are getting the six record in our previous example. So here we have will display the only the four records that are matching with the all information. So first it will display the match information, and then after getting the unmatched information, so unmatched information that is followed by the left side will be padded by the null, and right side will be as it is by because on the right side we have the my customer table, so it will keep the information as it is. So this is the idea about the left of Trojan and right of Trojan. Now it is clear to all right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the simple things we have to keep in mind properly. So we are using the left of Trojan, right of Trojan, or inner Trojan. So after understanding this point, let us move to the next point, which is known as the full outer join. Full outer join basically is not easily to implement over here. You have to apply the some logical concept by using the union or union all operation you can do. So instead of this one, full outer join, we can understand just by using the full join operations. So full join operation is equal to the natural join actually. Okay, the full outer join here will be considered as a in this MySQL will be considered as a natural join. So that is the reason. But how to apply the natural join over here? So we can use the natural keyword, or we can also use the full keyword. So after updating the MySQL workbench, full outer join keyword is not working there. So there the keyword will be over here, available here. Select start now. Okay, let me copy this. Instead of the right outer join, just you people are required to use the full keyword instead of the left or right. So what we are doing, we are applying the full outer join and it treat it as a natural join over here. Because outer keyword is not applicable in the MySQL purpose. That is the reason we can consider the full outer join in the MySQL natural join. But if you want to really implement, then you have to use the union or union all keyword by which you can. So that is it. So if we are applying the full join, then it will display only the common element space. Okay, so let me explain. It will display what it will display. Unknown the my customer ID, unknown column my customer ID. There is a mistake. Yeah, okay. Condition will not be applicable. Yes, that is a point. So it will natural join, but natural join. Okay, so it's not natural. This is showing the Cartesian product actually. It's just like a Cartesian product. Cartesian product. It is as a Cartesian product, but in the full outer join, the null and null at the both and should become over here. So in the full outer join, because the full outer join not easy to implement, you can use right over here. You have to use union union or operation to implement full outer join. Reason is clear. Why? Because outer outer keyword is not available. So people will use their logic and brain to implement the full outer join. So full outer join not easy to implement over here. That is the reason. But if I'm using the full join between the my customer and my order table or relation, so it treated as a Cartesian product and duplicacy will be there. So that's the reason most of the people will not like to choose the full outer join in the MySQL. But if there is need, then we have to use the union or union all operation. So let me explain you over here how to apply the union or union all operation. So this simple syntax we can take right now. Select star from my order and union select star from my customer. If I'm doing so you will able to see that we are getting the error over here. So why? This is the reason why we are getting the error, because my order and my customer table will represent the number of the columns in different. Why? From the my order we are trying to fetch the, just let me write the reason here. My order table uh, we have the three columns. While in the case of the my customer table, we have the four columns. So this is the problem we are getting over here. So how to resolve this problem? You have to use the appropriate attribute name. So I'm choosing only the custom ID, which is common. Okay, to understand it. You can choose any one of the. Now you will able to see I'm getting the detail over here, and it also contain the duplicacy. That is the reason, because 834, 832, so it can also have the duplicacy and it cannot have. So union operation, what is union operation? If you remember the my words, as we know, union operation will merge the information, the both information and remove the duplicacy. So union operation we can also use. So that is another way by which we can also use. So this is a parameter we have to keep in mind. And I'm just telling to all right now once again. While studying the union operation. Okay. So it will it will show the result from the both tables, and does not contain duplicate. This is the definition we have to keep in mind while learning while implementing the union. That is the reason you can also implement the union or other kind of the operation. So nothing can be summarized in the simple way or in the 1 or 2 lectures. We have a lots of the syntaxes, we have a lots of things we can understand. So my agenda to explain over here to understand the join operation, how we can apply, because join is a part of the our syllabus. So join we have discussed the theoretical portion, but how to implement in the practical. So that is my agenda. So I'm taking this step over here. Now, is it clear to all right now the how to apply the join operation or how to implement the join operation? Is it clear to all right now? Just tell me. Yes, tell me. Any doubt if you have, please let me know right now. The join operation is clear to all right now, or anyone who need to ask any question. Please, you can ask. Yeah, join operation is clear, along with one operation at a union.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can do the practice at your end and try to find some other operation that how we can do it. So I'm just giving the idea here at what point we can apply, because that is the point. So you can also choose any other operation over the various sources, various places, and try to implement in your database. So you people are required to do some more practice for getting the better knowledge. Okay, so in the short of the period, it is not able to explain all the operations. So I'm just giving the idea how to use and how to we implement. So rest of the thing I have just typed over here, and you can utilize this code or this SQL statement I'm typing over here for a betterment. But practice is more important. Okay, now come to the point. Now we have an important point over here, that is a view. So view is basically what? In the database management system, what is a view? The question we have, what is a view? So before explaining view, just let me recall your some idea. As you remember the systematic architecture of the database, so that is level of the, we can say levels of the database. So if you remember this words, what are the levels? First level we have. What is the first level? Physical level. And with respectively we have the schema. Now we have the logical level. Last level we have the third one, that is the view level. As we know, I'm writing here properly for your notes purpose, so it will help you to understand everything properly. So as we know, the point we have to keep in mind, table creation will be made at physical level. Can I write this statement over here? Table creation will be made at the physical level. Just tell me, am I right or not? Just tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why? Because it has
Data definition.
it has data definition. Yeah, this is a good point. This is a definition, and it has own structure in the memory, into memory. Okay, so I'm writing the everything properly for a better way. This is a key point we have to keep in mind while learning while implementing the view. So when talking about the logical level, so logical level determine that is the logic, what is the logic we can have over here, and what is the what is the nature of the data we will try to insert inside the table. So at the physical level, we will have its schema, its architecture. But the logical level, what is the data type we have used to create our table, and what is the various attributes we have. So if you're putting some data inside our relation or table, then logical level will play important role to deal with such kinds of information. Suppose that if the data type is given, I have given the data integer of string, something like this one. So If I'm choosing the data type as an integer, I'm trying to instead of fit a data as a string, so I will get an error. And suppose if I'm using the data type of the data, but I'm choosing a different kind of format, so it requires the by default MMM, by MM and DD. So we cannot use any other format. That format which is to be required to insert the data inside our data type and the information should be matched as our the required thing. So that is a point. So logical level will play important role at that time. But view level is again an important level, and it describes what the data you have, what is the structure you have. From the structure or inserted information, you're trying to get the data properly, so you can view your information properly. So I can write some statement step by step. But in the case of this, let me write all the things for note purpose. In the case of the logical level, you just need to know the data type of particular uh, attribute to feed or insert the data information. Okay, so that is the reason. So logical level play important role at this point. When talking about at the view level, so at the view level, what you're doing at the view level, users are able to view data at at different perspectives. So that is a point you people are required to keep in mind properly. So that is a point. So as a one user can see the data at a different level, as other user can see the data at different level. For a betterment, I can give them some idea over here. So which table I must use over here? So we have the two tables so far we have created here. One is the my order. Another one we have the my customer. So I'm just showing the my data over here. It is visible to one. That's the my customer over here. You can easily see. So you can able to see over here. In this case, we have the total number of the records, 4 records. Okay, or 4 records. I can write over here so far. But in the case of this one, we have the total number of the records, 4 records. So I'm choosing here the my order, but if you want to choose the my customer, then you can choose. So let me explain the thing properly about the view level more detail. So view level is also saying to us you can also create the view. But what is actually view? So question is still stuck in our mind. So what is a view? So let me write the definition. What is a view actually? So a view is a logical table. Not I'm talking about this one. It means it does not contain its physical structure. Okay, I can write over here properly. It does not contain its physical structure. It will get the data from the actual table, and it contains uh, uh, memory referencing. We can say for the sake of the programming terms, we can understand it gives the memory referencing for understanding purpose. Although we are not using any kind of the pointer over here, but it contains the memory referencing of the such table as per required or desired condition. It's your choice if you want to put the condition or no. Now this term is clear so far. What is a view actually? It's clear. So that's why I can see over here at the view level we can have the many views. A user we can have the many users for their view. Now it is clear to all right now.
Yes, sir.
So I am referencing your database by clicking on the reference source. You will able to see At the left side, there is a panel which contains the database and tables and views. It does not showing the any kind of the views. Is it visible to all right now? Yes, tell me. Any views we have? No. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I'm creating new view to see the my information. So let me explain. Unlike creating a table, or let's just like creating a table, we can also create a view. So create view. And what is a view name? So I'm taking the first user one. Okay, this is a user one who is interested to view the data from the our table, that is my order. And if you want to choose a my customer, then you can choose. So create table name, and we have to use the data type and the detail. So what is syntax over we have? Here we have the syntax of the view. Create view name, and from which table you want to take. So can anyone tell me right now from which table you want to take? My order or my customer?
Take my order.
Okay, my order. Thank you. So select select from as select. So if you want to select all the attributes, then you can select all the attributes. So I'm choosing the star or all keyword from which table? My order. My order. Okay, and I'm using semicolon. I'm not putting any condition. So create view as a view name as select from the select all the attributes from which table. So I'm choosing this table. Right now I'm executing this simple syntax, and let me show the my proof over here. Now it is created at the bottom side. It is showing the green. It even means it is created. If I'm refreshing my this panel, then you will be able to see now view is created over here. Now it is visible to all right now, and it contains all the columns which are associated with the actual table, that is the my order table. Now clear? Is it clear to all right now? Say yes or no. You can see at the left side. Just please see on the left side.
So I didn't get what is happening here. Like
Yeah,
you just have to.
I'm telling to more about the view, but just let me show. Let me tell me right now. Is it visible to all? It is created over here. It is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is saying to us here after creating a view, you from the user one, I can write over here from the user one view, you will able to see all the data as as uh, as stored by my order table. So if I'm using the select star from user one, so what it will display? It will display all the data which is representing by the this table, that is my order. So from this perspective, user one is our table. It will communicate to, because it will communicate, user one is our view. It will communicate to actual table, that is my order. Okay, and this my order will return the data to the user one and display the information. So that is the reason from this perspective we are not fetching the data from the actual table. We are trying to fetch the data from the user one, and user one will keep the reference of the my order table. But what is the reference it will keep? It will keep the reference of the our conditions. What is the condition? We have selected all the attributes and we have not put it in the condition. Okay, so that is the reason. Now clear? So this is the user one. Let me execute this thing. So it is showing to the all the record. It is showing the all the record as it is mentioned inside the this one. So this will be considered as your query. So this is your known as the your desired query, and we are creating the user. Okay, let me create the one more user to show the one more proof. Then you will be able to understand that clearly. Create view, and I'm writing the user one. Okay, as select I need to choose only from the my order. I need to choose only the customer ID. Customer ID from the my order. Okay, my order. If I need to put any condition, then you can put the condition. So where customer ID is greater than or equal to 50. Suppose that. Okay, suppose that I am putting this condition. So you will able to see over here what are the customer ID which is the more than the hundreds of 50. So all are, so I can change over here 200 to 300. Okay, so if customer ID is greater than 300, that is it. I need to see, this is saying to us over here what I'm doing. Create a view, create a view to display only those records, those records which are representing, okay, which are representing customer ID is more than 300 from my order table. This is our question, and we are trying to disclose this question. So we are creating the user one. Now we are creating the user two. Now this is a syntax. So what it will display? It will display only the customer ID from the my order, and next we have the condition, that is the customer ID greater than the 300. If you want to choose the 400 or 500, you can choose. So right now I'm waiting by the, okay, so 400. Let me execute the syntax. Now this query is clear right now. This query is clear. Let me know. Okay. Right now I am executing this query. So this query is created. So as per our system, as per our point answer, we will need to check the first actual table what it contains from the my order. If I'm showing this over here, from the actual table, it contains the customer ID which is greater than more. So of course we have the 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are the 4 customer IDs from the my order table which is having the value more than the 400. So that is the point. So from the actual table, which attribute I have chosen, that is customer ID. Okay, so order date and order ID will not be acceptable or will not be give the information from the user 2, and it will display only the user 2. So when I'm trying to use this command, select star from user 2. Okay, whenever I'm just getting the data, so what I'm doing actually from this, I'm getting the data, getting data from table. But here what I'm doing, I'm getting the data, getting the data, getting data from view. So there are many view of a table. So a table can have the many view, because as a user one you want to see the all the data, as a user two you want to see the only limited data. It is just like example here, you can say as a faculty I am able to see your entire data, but you are not able to see your data because you at the view level, at the view perspective, you don't have right to see the all such information. So that is the point. So you can also view the data, I can also view the data, but I can also update some information. You are not allowed to update some information. So the perception or the view of the each and every level will be different. So but actual data we have the same. So it should not be happen. It is not happening. For the user we are creating a different data. For the faculty we are creating the different data. For the other one we are creating a different data. No, we have the same kind of data, but do you have a right to access that information? No. So as a right, you are having the only the user one, user two has the different rights. So user one is able to see only the entire data, but user two is just able to see only the customer ID, where customer ID belong to the 400. So that is the condition we have put it over here. So whenever try to execute any query again many times from the for the user two, it will keep the only. It does not keep. It does not store any information, and it does not maintain any table. but just it keeps the just referencing to determining the you can also able to only the customer ID, and the customer ID you can also only those customer ID which are more than the 400. Okay, so for my proof, just let me execute this query. Last one, that is 127 serial number. These are the four information we are getting. So I'm selecting all the attributes that are belong to the user 2. So what are the attributes we have selected? We have only created, or we have selected only the one attribute while creating the user 2 view. That is reason. Okay, so now it is clear to right now. And user 2 does not store the any information. User 2 does not contain any information. That is my point. Now clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One more thing I just need to explain over here. Suppose this is a very interesting point. We have to understand the fundamental thing properly. Insert into my order. Okay. I'm creating the. I'm adding one more record. So after adding the one more record, automatically it just give the instruction, or it will give the message to the view. You can also allow to access the information without enter. So insert into my order. Okay, so what is the order we have? That is a order ID. I am taking the 90, and here I am taking the uh, one order ID. It is 100, and order date I am taking the uh, one. And next value I am also adding order ID 7 something like this one, and next I am choosing the 600. Okay, 600 is bigger than the 400 or 500, and 100 is lesser than this one. So in the my order, there are two records will be inserted, but from the view, if I try to fetch the data, so only one record will also acceptable because 600 is bigger than the 400. So let me show the my proof, and same data I'm picking over here for just data referencing purpose only, nothing especially. Now let me insert these two data. Yeah, these two data are inserted. Now you can see at the last, these are the two information are stored. So at the last, you will able to see these two record are inserted. Now it is clear to all right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we have previously we are accessing uh, four records from the user to view. Check after inserting new data into my order table. Okay, so select star from users to. Can anyone tell me what would be the result? Can anyone tell me what the result? Just tell me. Can anyone tell me what would be the result?
5 data will be displayed.
Yeah, because previously it was as per the condition, it is following the condition. So let us 600 is also coming over. Previously these fours are coming 831, 834, 784, 954. Okay, so these are coming now 574 as well. 600 is also coming. So that is when we are viewing the data. Every time you're trying to get all the attribute that belong to user to view, definitely it also having by only the one attribute. Let me refresh over here and see we have created two view. So now user one, user two are the two view part. Okay. Now it is clear to all right now. The view is clear. The view of a table can have the many views. N number of the views we can have. Okay, and it does not belong to the physical level, it does not belong to the logical level. It's just representing the data from the actual table. Okay, so now clear, this view is concept is clear. Or anyone who need to ask any questions, so please you can ask right now. Yes, is it clear to all right now? The view is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. So we have already created two views, one user one and user two. Suppose you want to delete. Okay. If you want to remove, you want to delete, uh, delete your delete view. Then you can also delete by choosing this command drop view user one, just like the drop table name. So let me execute this syntax. So now this is saying to us now view is removed. So automatically you can say from the our view we are not able to see the view user one. So user one is removed. That was a let me share check this command. So um, it, no this command and show tables. Let me check it will work. Yeah, it is working. So it will show only the yeah. So by the help of the use tables, we can also see uh, possible to see tables and the user two is part of the now our this number of the relation. So we have this one. So we are getting the all the things. So unlike deleting the table, we can also delete the view. Okay, so this is just idea about the view right now. Okay, so in any doubt in the view part, so please you can ask it. And is it clear to all right now? The drop view name. This is simple thing. First, yes. Any doubt so far, or is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Next, I would like to tell some idea about the nested query, and that is also known as the subquery. So now it's time to see the subquery. Subquery is basically what? What is subquery? Okay, so let me write something over here for betterment. A subquery. A subquery is a query inside a query, or it is known as the nested query. It is known as the or it is known as nested query. Okay, so this is a term we have to keep in mind. It is known as a nested query, or we can say the query that in general English term we can say query within query. This is a term we have to keep in mind. So subquery is saying to us in simple way. Now I'm just need to see the syntax we have to keep in mind. I'm writing a query. Select uh, customer ID, or I can say select star from my order, the where cost ID in select cost ID from my customer. Okay. So what this query will do? This query will do. This query will select all the columns from my order where it will display only those customer ID which are matching with with my customer customer ID. Okay, and this query we have already seen by the join operation, but we will say we can say this query we can represent it by the nested query as well. So this is only the way of writing the things how we are using. And sometimes nested query is applicable. So first it will execute. So I'm just writing here. First internal or inner query. Inner query. Right. Inner query will be executed, and then outer query. Outer query will be, and this is simple terms we have. Okay, so first the select customer ID from the customer. So what it will do, it will display all the customer ID inside the my customer table. So let me explain. From the my customer, we have a 4 records. The 4 customer ID will be selected, and the question we have select star from the my customer where customer ID in. So it will check the each and every customer ID which are matching with the customer ID from the my customer as well. So it will display only those records which are representing. So the data that belong to the my order. So we are selecting all the attributes from the my order. So my order information will be displayed. Now come to the execution part. Yes. So three customer ID which are matching inside the so customer ID, my customer, and my order, which are having the common 3 different. Let me show the my proof. Select star from my order. My order. Okay. Select star from the my order. Okay. And I just let me check this command. So from this point, you can easily say custom ID which are common we have. Yeah, this one. Now just focus on the my selected part. So this is the point. This is the one ID which are matching. Okay. Next, we have any data which are meeting or not. So this was the first. Yeah, and this one. This one also having the same customer ID. So this also will be selected. So first one was the 834, and next we have the 124. And let me check again. Next one. Yeah, this one 96 number. So 574. So we are getting all the data over here, and other are not matching. Okay. So after executing this syntax once again, yeah. So 834, 124, and 5474 is also displaying over here. So this is the point. So this is known as the nested. This is represented by the subquery. Now, clear? The concept should be clear. The subquery is required somewhere whenever you have to solve any idea from the 2 tables. So whenever you get the data from the 2 tables and you need to represent the main tables data properly to check the condition, so we can do this activity. Yeah, this is the good way. Okay, so finally, we can say here three records. Okay, records are matching. Not 3 records, 3 customer ID. 3 customer ID is matching. Okay, now clear? Tell me any problem you have, so please you can ask me right now.
Clear, sir.
Yeah. Next, I'm just trying to update this query by putting the other thing. So I'm just remembering some other syntaxes over here. And yes, this one. So I need to select the customer ID. Okay. Okay, so it will display only the customer ID which is greater than. So greater than or less than or equal to customer ID where cost ID is greater than or equal to 500. So let me check. Of course, we will get it. We have to use this condition properly. Equal to 574. Now it will return one record. Can anyone explain this query right now? See the output and tell me what we are getting.
Sir, first inner query is executed in which all the customer ID records which are equal to 574 is displayed. And then it is again compared with the cust ID of my order and all the records which we have got, and the cust ID should be greater than or equal to this, and all those records are displayed now.
Yeah, okay. So you can say this is just equal to the actually this is just equal to the our simple query. Instead of writing this one, you can also this is only way of writing the query. So I'm just explaining this is equal to the 570. This is same query we can, but we are using this query by the subquery, and here we are using the direct value. That is the point. So this is only the way to write the subquery how you're writing. So this is known as the query within the query, just like the if condition. If we have the if nested if we can make. So we can also put the nested query. So it is also possible. So this is only way how you're writing. So in the my lecture you have been noted so many times. I didn't use anything from the from the copy or the way. Whatever I have in my mind, so I'm putting the data. I'm inserting the random data to explain my concept. So that is the point. You can see the proof over here. We can write. See, this is a. Let's say this is represented by the with subquery. Same output we are getting. Okay, with subquery, and this is same thing we are getting without subquery. Okay, so you can also use any other operator, whatever you want to use. You can whatever you want to use. You can use. You can apply the any other things, whatever you like. Okay, so it's your choice for making the subqueries. That is, we can say you writing SQL is totally flexible from the any constraint. You can write the query as per your need, as per your desire. So all these are under come into our concept, which is known as the writing the query. So SQL basically we can say writing in SQL basically is an art, and it depends upon your choice of wish how to write. But right after writing, are you getting the proper data or not? That is a big question. So as per the query, as per our required data, we have to write the query. So it is basically an art for writing the query to get our desired result. That is the point. Yes, of course. So we can solve this problem by the two different mechanisms. You can. Okay, so this is the way we can understand. So far any doubts? Please let me know right now. Any doubts so far?